Welcome back to The Rush. We're very excited to have our next guest here. She is an artist, actor, and author, and she's joining us now, along with a couple of very special guest stars for paintings. Elisabetta Fantone, how are you?
Good. Thank you for having me.
Oh, it is our pleasure, and we have to talk about the paintings just because they're right here. Tell us about the works that we're looking at.
So here we have Elizabeth Taylor, and it's acrylic on canvas, and I finished my work with resin.
And that
layer
gives it the shiny.
Yeah, and that's
it kind of seals the painting.
But it has a very cool kind of finished, shiny look to it, which is like
kind of like
almost
a glass.
Yeah, very cool, very cool.
And obviously, a lot of people would compare this kind of portraiture to Andy Warhol,
right?
And that will bring us to the painting
just so happens.
right behind you.
Boom.
What was your inspiration for this kind of portrait?
I like to inspire. I like to paint people that inspire me, that have interesting stories. For instance, Andy Warhol. I mean, he's a huge inspiration of mine. So I'm very fascinated by people's faces and their stories.
Would you ever paint me and Fiona? Don't answer. Don't answer yet. We'll try to inspire you and be interesting in this
interview. Inspirational.
And then maybe it'll work because
Maybe.
I'd have to see how.
See how it goes.
We'll see how this interview goes,
yes.
and then you can answer the question at the very end.
Okay, but not to put you on the spot or anything.
Okay.
No, not at all.
That wasn't weird. Let's talk about some of the other paintings we have pictures of. We have to ask the Kardashians. What was the inspiration behind that?
What happened with the Kardashians, I had moved to Miami, and my publicist's office was on top of their Dash boutique, and they happened to see my works because my publicist had a few of my paintings in their office, and they were renovating their boutique at that time, and they just asked me to do something for their store.
And how do you pick the photos, or I don't know how do you work off photos to do these portraits?
I do, but I won't pick one specific photo. I'll have a whole bunch of them, and then kind of have my own version of my vision of these people. And I won't like reproduce an exact photo.
Right. And how long would a piece like this would it take a long time to make? I mean,
it depends.
Really?
I mean, it could take me a few days.
Really?
Really?
Wow.
That quickly?
That's
yeah. Because when I start painting, I just don't stop.
You just dive into it, right?
Do you know?
I'll paint overnight. I'll stay awake 24 hours sometimes.
Do you know what it's going to look like before you start? Like, do you have a vision when you're working from a bunch of pictures? Do you know what the final one is going to be like?
I
in your
do,
head?
but it never ends up being what I initially thought in my head. Because I'll change the colors. Sometimes before I start painting, I'll decide, okay, I'll do these colors. But then I start painting one color, and then I get inspired, and I just go somewhere else.
How do you know when to stop? Like when it's actually finished? Is there a temptation to go back, or is there just a natural time to go let it go?
I'm a bit of a perfectionist, so I'm always going back and retouching it. Once I'm done, I'll sleep on it, and then the next day I'll see what my first impression is, and then I'll decide if it's done or not.
And how did you? I mean, what sort of got you into this? Were you drawing as a kid? I mean, was it always something that was?
Yeah, I mean, I've always been passionate about arts. In college, I studied creative arts. Then I went on to study design. So, I mean, I've always been involved in colors and forms. And so I guess it came naturally.
And we talked about you being an actor off the top as well. Which came first, you being an artist or an actor, or is it one of those things that you've always done?
I think they pretty much came at the same time, weirdly enough. I mean, professionally, I presented my first painting collection in 2006. I was painting before that. But in a gallery, I had my first showing in 2006. And acting was pretty much around 2006, too, so it kind of came...
Just one of those annoying people who are like talented at many things. I can't stand those people. What's it like? I mean, I always find it interesting because if you're a novelist, you write a book. There's many, like it gets published and there's many copies. If you're a musician, you can sell your work. But if you, I mean, as a painter, it's one of a kind, pretty much, right? So you spend this time working on something. You put obviously your heart and soul into it, and then you go to a show, you put it up, and someone buys it, and it's gone. I mean, what is that like? It must be.
It's the most incredible feeling because, I mean, I've spent time. I kind of get attached to my paintings, and knowing that one of my works is going to be in someone else's home, and I don't know, it's just
But don't you miss it? I mean, don't you go, God, there it goes. I mean, can I come visit? I mean,
But I mean, it's rewarding
Yeah.
that someone's actually buying your works and they love it.
What was your first painting that you sold?
It was from my Various Faces collection. I actually, oh no, sorry. I sold a first painting when I was on that French-Canadian show.
You were on a French-Canadian reality show.
Right, and we had this one activity where we had to paint. And I painted this portrait. It was just some random face I came up with. Like, it wasn't an iconic face. And I sold it for $8,000. It was my first painting.
Wow.
And I gave the money to the Mara Foundation.
You gave it to charity, but not many people can sell their first painting for $8. What was it like for you to sell it for $8,000?
That's why something clicked inside of me. And I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah, this is
I can do this.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And you recently got to film a movie in Cuba. Tell us about that one, because hopefully it'll be coming to Canadian theater sometime soon.
Sure. We filmed in Cuba for a month and a half, which was amazing. It was my first time in Cuba, and I got to shoot this film. I played alongside Juan Rittinger, who's Vancouver
Yes, of course.
native.
Yes, one very good actor in town.
And it takes place in 1957. It's a story about the revolution. It doesn't idolize Fidel Castro in any way, but it's just about the revolution and the corruption and the drugs. And I play Juliana, a torrid Cuban dancer. I work in this club, but I also work for some mobsters.
A bad girl.
A bad girl.
And I've never been to Cuba, but I always thought it would just be interesting to be somewhere that's kind of been untouched by westernization. I mean, what was it like being there? Did you shoot in Havana?
We did.
Yeah.
It was fascinating because you'll walk and you'll see these buildings crumbling, but then right next to it you'll see a very new building. It's a mishmash of everything. And then the cars are all from the 50s.
Yeah,
Amazing.
that's right. It's cool.
So it kind of feels like you're on a set, but it's not. It's just everything is real.
It's a city,
It's
yeah.
all
Well,
there.
hopefully we'll get to see the movie soon. And if you are lucky enough to be in Vancouver, you'll be able to see Elisabetta's show. It's called Faces Gone Pop, and it will be showing from April 11th through the 25th at the Kurbatoff Gallery on Granville Street. Here in town, we're going to take a quick break, and we will be back with more on The Rush right after this. Stay tuned.